All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all having a great day. And for today's video, I got a question for you guys, which is, after a brutal 2-month stint in pinstripes, should the Yankees try and trade Joey Gallo? Before we get into it, though, I want to remind you that just because I'm posing the question does not mean that I am either for or against that. I'll give my answer in just a moment. But before we get into it, please do me a favor. Drop a like on this video. It helps out me and the channel and the video a great deal. So appreciate you if you do that. Thank you in advance for that. Let's get into it. When the Yankees acquired Joey Gallo from the Rangers back in July, they thought they were getting a 7-WAR player. And at the time, that is what he was pacing for. In 95 games with Texas, Gallo had a 379 on base with 25 homers, a 139 WRC plus, and a WAR over 4. His offensive production, it ranked top 5 in the American League, which that's why the Yankees chose to give up 2 top 15 prospects for Joey Gallo. But then you fast forward a couple months later, and all there is to show for is an awful slash line of 160, 303, 404. That's batting average, on base, and slugging for those who don't know. But regardless of the stat you look at, Joey Gallo, he did nothing to make Yankee fans feel confident about him as a starting left fielder going to 2022. Except, there's a big except here, kind of big. Except for the 2 weeks he had before hurting his neck in September. In 14 games, Gallo had a 1. OPS with 7 homers and a 178 WRC plus. I know almost all you guys watching right now are diehards, so you remember what I'm talking about. By early September, Joey Gallo had finally found his stroke as a Yankee, and by that point, he had become what was advertised when we first got him, a streaky hitter who's going to hit a lot of home runs and get on base. And we could take a look at his OPS by month, and this kind of proves my point. April, 710 OPS, May, 808 OPS, June, 1.171, July, 791 OPS. So, like I said, as of mid-September, we had gotten Joey Gallo as advertised. And then on September 17th, he hurt his neck, which after that, he was clearly all out of whack. And really, by the time the wildcard game came, he was essentially a worthless at-bat, to be honest. But, in the end, he had a bad first season as a Yankee. No getting around that. But question is, was it enough of a sample size to all of a sudden give up on him? I think there's 4 different angles that you can look at this with to decide your opinion, and I'm gonna list them. So, number 1, you want Joey Gallo traded because you never wanted him in the first place and don't want him now. That's totally valid. While I personally don't agree with you, I don't blame you for feeling that way. If you didn't want him back in July, he did nothing to make you want him now. So that's totally valid, I understand. Number 2, you want Joey Gallo traded because you do not believe in 3 true outcome players. Gallo's game, it's walks, it's strikeouts, and it's home runs. And while I personally see a ton of value in his game, at least when he's right, that is, I've talked to many of you who don't really see eye to eye with the modern day mindset of what a good hitter is, and I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. You and others watch the game one way, whereas myself and others see it a different way. So that's totally fine to feel that way. I just personally disagree. Scenario number 3, you want to trade Gallo because you believe he can't handle the pressure of New York. Now, this one I can't align with. Now, don't get me wrong, pressure does affect players. Clutch, depending on how you look at it, clutch is real. However, by no means is 2 months long enough to determine that, at least in my opinion. And if that were the case, he wouldn't have been one of the hottest hitters in baseball for 2 weeks while playing here, which leads me into number 4, which is my official answer to this question: should the Yankees trade Joey Gallo? Which to that I say, do not try and trade Gallo, because before he hurt his neck, he was the same player for us that he'd been his whole career. A streaky hitter who, when hot, is one of the best in baseball at producing runs. He plays Gold Glove defense and is probably the most athletic on the team. I'm not certain about this, but I have enough reason to believe Gallo will be a 5-WAR player in 2022. So, no, I myself would not try and trade Gallo. If the right offer comes and you're able to make the team better with a corresponding move, then I'm all for it. But I don't all of a sudden think that we should give up on Joey Gallo just because of bad 2 months that in large part had to do with him hurting his neck. If Joey Gallo never hurts his neck, the season could possibly end differently. But how do you guys feel? Let me know. Should the Yankees try and trade Joey Gallo? Have you given up on him entirely, or do you think he's going to bounce back in 2022? I lean more so towards the latter, but I'm not outrageously confident in it, I will say. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed, and another reminder, we are on Spotify, so if you want to listen to an audio-only edition of the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel, you have that option as well. Also, follow me on Instagram at Yankees Avenue, where I'm covering the Yankees. I cover the Yankees, obviously, here on YouTube, But on Instagram, it's like day-to-day coverage, up to the minute coverage. So if there's a trade that happens or a free agent signing, any sort of breaking news with the Yankees, it'll be up on Yankees Avenue like a minute after it's reported. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Subscribe if you are new. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Let's go, Yankees.